Want to become a truly exceptional leader? It all comes down to 7 leadership skills that will make you a more effective, respected, and influential leader. In today's video, we're going to go through those skills as well as go through some real-world examples and actionable strategies and framework so you can master these skills today. Strategic thinking, seeing the bigger picture. Of course, day-to-day tasks are important, but the leaders who stand out are the ones who can connect today's work to tomorrow's vision. Strategic thinking is all about seeing that bigger picture, spotting opportunities, anticipating challenges, and most importantly, guiding your teams through that vision, that future vision that they can't see it. Take Jeff Bezos as an example. When Amazon was still mostly selling books, everyone thought he was crazy for reinvesting profit instead of showing quick returns. But his long-term vision wasn't about books. It was about building the most customer-centric company on earth. Today, that strategic patience is why Amazon stands out. This week, pick one decision you're facing. Instead of asking, what's the best move right now? Ask, what will this decision look like in 2 years? That simple shift trains you to think like a strategist. Communication mastery. Influence through words. Now you can have the best strategy in the world, but if you're not communicating it effectively to your team, to your peer, to your manager, to the company, it will die on a spot. Communication is where the leadership truly comes alive. That's when you can move hearts and minds. Look at Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech. He didn't just outline a plan, he painted a picture, a vision so powerful that people could see themselves inside it. Now that's the kind of communication that moves hearts and minds. Next time you're presenting an idea, use the rule of 3. Break your message into 3 clear points. People won't remember 10 things, but they'll remember 3. Decision making under pressure. When the pressure is on, indecision is deadly. People are looking at leaders for clarity, not perfection. So when there's not enough data even available, but the clock is ticking, it's really important to act quickly to build momentum and confidence in the team. In 2010, Tesla went through serious production delays. Instead of the company waiting for the supplier to fix the issues, Elon Musk made a risky decision at the time, but the one that paid off strongly. He decided to bring that battery production in-house. Now, because of that decision at the time, which seemed really risky, Tesla was able to take control of its future and its vision and take control and dominance in the electric car market. Adapt Colin Powell's 70% rule. If you have at least 70% of the information, make the decision. Waiting for 100% means waiting too long. Delegation and empowerment. Now you've done everything great when it comes to strategy, the communication, making the right decision at the right time. But the most common trap that I see in leaders is that they think they can do everything by themselves, or at least they think that they can do the most important thing by themselves. Guess what? You can't scale up by doing more because there's just 24 hours in the day. You can only scale up by delegating more tasks to more people. Delegation isn't just about giving some junior tasks to people. Delegation is about giving the right task to the right people, giving them ownership and giving them room to grow, and so they can be empowered to take on more senior type of tasks. Steve Jobs understood this. He had his vision. He was amazing. He was a genius. However, he knew that if he can delegate some of the tasks to the right people, such as delegating the product design to John Eve, that trust would lead to some of the best products that Apple can have, such as Mac and iPhone. This week, look at your to-do list and pick one task you can delegate. Match it with someone's strengths. Set clear expectations and give them autonomy. Adaptability, leading through change. I don't know about you, but to me, it feels that the change is just happening faster and faster than ever before. I look at today compared with 10 years ago, I feel especially after COVID, the pace of change has been crazy. And so the leaders and businesses who don't identify the change and don't adapt to it at the right time and fast enough, they're the one that are gonna be left behind. And we have so many of those examples in the history. As a leader, you wanna identify the changes that are coming and look at them as an opportunity, not a threat. So as an example, during COVID, there were lots of restaurants. And when the COVID hit, many of them couldn't survive, unfortunately. The ones that survived, they weren't necessarily the best restaurants, but they were the ones that were able to very quickly adapt to this new method of delivery first overnight, and then continue to ship their products just in a different, non-traditional way. When change hits, instead of asking, why is this happening to us? Ask, what does this make possible? That question flip fear into opportunity. Coaching and developing others. Now, I personally believe that this is the ultimate leadership skill, in my opinion. It doesn't matter how amazing you are at managing delivery and timeline and managing up and getting promotion fast. If you cannot train the leaders of the future and leave that legacy behind you, I wouldn't call you a leader. No offense. Bill Campbell, often called as the coach, didn't just build products. He coached others in Google and Apple and Intuit, and he really coached people to build the best and much better communicators and visionaries and the leaders of the world. His influence shaped Silicon Valley, not because of the products he built, but because of the coaching and the leadership legacy that he left behind. Pick one person on your team and schedule a 20 minutes coaching chat this week. Don't give them the answers. Instead, ask open-ended questions like, what's the biggest challenge you're facing right now? And what options do you see? Emotional intelligence, the foundation of leadership. When people think about leadership, they often imagine bold decisions and great speeches. But leadership, at the core of it, foundationally, it's about emotional intelligence. It's about identifying and regulating, and in a way, leading your own emotions, as well as identifying and influencing other emotions. And that helps you to build trust with the team, to have greater relationship, and to be able to manage conflict with calm confidence. A great example when it comes to emotional intelligence and the impact on the company is Satya Nadella at Microsoft. When he took over the company as the CEO, the company was really struggling with lots of internal competition and a rigid culture. He didn't push harder. He didn't follow the previous CEOs. What he focused on instead is to shift to collaboration and empathy. And that helped not only employees to become happier, but also to create a culture and a great environment for innovation. And it really turned Microsoft to become one of the most profitable companies in the world. Start small. Before your next team meeting, pause for 30 seconds. Ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? How might others be feeling? That quick check-in builds awareness and helps you respond with empathy, not reaction. Now, if you want to go deeper on emotional intelligence, watch my next video when I go through the 5 pillars of emotional intelligence and provide actionable strategies and framework how to boost them to become a better leader. I hope you enjoyed this video. Till next time.